Wormwood. The asteroid Wormwood that has been also labeled as Apophis. NASA has said that that is what it is, and it's supposed to arrive on 2029. Can you hear me? 2029, and I wanted to, hello Applebrooks, honey. I wanted to find the JPL is what I wanted to do, where they found this thing. You all, I gotta try to see if I can bring this up. Shoot. It wasn't the one thing, but we can look into Wormwood. It's an in-depth analysis of Wormwood. Now, see, you can't even tell what's going on right here. Look at all this. How can they tell what's out there? The images of the asteroid Apophis was recorded in 2021 by radio antennas at Deep Space Network Goldstone Complex in California and the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia. The asteroid was 10.6 million miles away from Earth. So we have an asteroid 10.6 million miles away, and that was back in 2022 is when this Gina, honey, you're gonna, hello Debbie. Gina, you gotta turn that down. Hello, thank you all for tuning in. Somebody Apple Brooks, honey, you are already on top of it. That's perfect. That is perfect. It is perfect. It's perfect. This is said to be Wormwood right here. Wormwood. In depth. It's asteroid 99942. It's about 1,100 feet across. How can something so small bring about such hazardous thing? It is identified in 2004 as one of the most hazardous asteroids that could impact Earth because it's going to be a direct hit. But the impact assessment changed after astronomers tracked Apophis and its orbit became better determined in March of 2021. They said, look at this, no risk of this impacting our planet for at least a 21st century. Look at this. Estimated to be about 1,100 feet. 3,400 meters, 340 meters across, it quickly gained notoriety as an asteroid that could pose a serious threat to Earth when astronomers predicted that it would come uncomfortably close in 2029. But now they're saying additional observations, the risk of an impact was ruled out. Then they say another risk imposed is 2036. However, then they have a small chance of 2068. 2068. So they don't even want to tell people. They really do not. They don't want to tell anybody, give them any heads up that something's headed this way, because why? Because people might want to prepare for it. They just might want to prepare for it. Let me find the JPL thing. I'm going to find the JPL laboratory. The JPL. Let's come over here. JPL data body base something. Body, JPL. No, I just want to, how am I going to get it? I got it before. I did. And I can't find it anymore. I don't even know how I found it. I really don't. Does anyone know how to do it? Because I used to be able to do it, and I just couldn't do it. Let's see the orbit viewer. Okay, we got something. We got it. We did it. We did not give up. This is the orbit viewer. But this Apophis is supposed to be, let's do this, you all. We want to go 1 year. 1 year, see what's going to be around Earth in 1 year maybe. Let's play it. It's not doing it. I don't want to have to do it like this. Okay, I've got it spinning, you all. In 1 year, look at Earth in the center moving. It's moving rather fast. I probably should slow it down because it's going way, way, way too fast. Select the date and time. Let's make it August. Let's make it 2029. No. See, they already got it on 2038. How come it was set on 2038? Let's put it down here to 2029. Because that's when they're predicting something is going to come. Okay, let's do that like this. Okay, we got that. Close it out. We want to let it go all the way to that. I want to slow it down. How am I going to slow it down? I did it before. Well, that's fine. Let's get this date out of here. I want to see Apophis. They got Neptune and stuff. It's supposed to be the Wormwood. So we've got to try to make this viewer smaller if we can. But I haven't got nothing in there yet, you all. I haven't. I'm gonna put in Apophis if I can. Small body, small body. I want to do one of these right here. I want to, I can't put it in. I'm not going to look at it right now, you all, because it's going to take me time to think about it. It's going to take me time to put in that small body. The small body database, Apophis, Opopis. Let me see if I can pop it up. Nah, I can't read it right. Gina, Opopis, Opo. Can't find it. I'm not going to do it, y'all. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go right here because I'm getting myself way too distracted. Gina, we've been staring at you this whole time and you didn't do nothing. Okay, you all, that's okay. Right here. So I'm not going to play that, but when we did the video the last time on it, it did. In 2029, the JPL didn't go any further. That was it. It did not go beyond it when we were looking at it the last time. It stopped, and it literally did. It looked like it had a direct impact to Earth. How it got its name, and you can see like this Osiris, apex, size and distance, orbit and rotation. Why do they say that it is, it has no atmosphere, no nothing? Why did they say it was like Wormwood? Why would they say that? I don't know where this is at, but let me look at this. The asteroid. Earth is safe from it. Do you believe them? If it's safe from it? Exactly. 7 years from today, a massive asteroid will get closer to Earth than some of our satellites. You all. That's very, very close. Let me try to get this out of here. Than some of our satellites. But they said there's nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Well, what if happens if that thing comes and it's not an asteroid? What if it's some type of a ship? Like the Oumuamua thing. Really, what if it's something like that? It's 4 minutes. I wonder if we can listen to it. Well, better not listen to it. It might have music in it. So is this what they're dubbing as Wormwood? It's got crater things on it like the moon. Is what it's got. On April the 13th of 2029, the 340-meter asteroid Apophis will pass inside the orbits of geosynchronous. Do you think that's a ship? Are we glitching over here? The island girl, honey, you got alive? Hello there. Exactly 7 years from today, on April the 13th of 2029, the potentially hazardous asteroid PHA called Apophis will pass inside the orbits of our geosynchronous satellites. Well, they're not saying what it would do to the satellites either, but by 2029, they're supposed to have, they want to bring the rest of humanity, the humans, They want to bring the rest of the humans online with the cell phone in their head like that with 6G. They did. They want to bring them online by 2029. And so this is really kind of interesting, the date that they picked it. That's about 23,000 miles from Earth's surface, and that's close. It is enormous. It was studied in 2005, and it was reckoned to be about 1,100 feet, which is 340 meters in diameter. That's about as tall as the Empire State Building in Manhattan. But you know, we've had a lot of tall asteroids, and they as tall as the Empire State Building. We've had a lot of those things lately, and they use the strangest things to describe how tall and how big they are. It is reckoned that an asteroid as big as that coming as close to Earth will be in a 1 in 1,000 year event. We are safe from now, but it's not going to strike it on April 29th, so they say. They think that the effect on it of the close pass could be to alter its trajectory. What is, and dangerously so, you all, it's possible that Earth could swing by. It could put it on the Earth resonant impact trajectory that come 2060 or 2068. But what if something hits it? They already have missiles and stuff. If you got satellites up in orbit, you know, you can fire these weapons at these asteroids, and you can move the trajectory of them. They've been doing that. What's to stop somebody from doing that, really? NASA doubts that given the Apophis just might cause a catastrophe in 40 years. Should we use the 2029 close shave to find out more about it, you all? Let me put this back here to me because I don't know what else is on there, you all. I went over to the small body data lookup base, and I just it's like, okay, Gina, what did you do? I want to look at that, and I just want to do an asteroid. No, I'm not going to do it because I just don't know how to find it anymore. I'll just got out of sync with it. But we've got the Earth, and this is the tool they use to see what's going to come around. That's what they do. Whatever's going to come around, that's what they will do. So let's read the rest of this. The theory behind the Apophis 2029 planetary defense mission. So they've already got a planetary defense mission, a concept published last year and which is currently being considered as part of the Decadal Survey for Planetary Science and Astrobiology. Astrobiology. They will set out the priorities for NASA for the next 10 years, and it will be published on April the 19th of 2022. Okay, we can see it right there. They're all using the same thing. It's a rare opportunity to visit it. Who proposed NASA launch a spacecraft. Okay, you're going to launch a spacecraft to make vital measurements and the name of the planetary defense. The spacecraft can land on there like an orbiter thing, like they do on Mars. It could literally land on there. To be able to observe the changes that may be induced by the close approach to Earth. The Apophis 2029 PDM must rendezvous with Apophis some months in advance of the close approach. Reads the paper. It would remain at Apophis for several months afterward. Well, would it set on there? Would it be setting on top of that asteroid? Is that what it would be? Any spacecraft would need to launch in the late 2027 and arrive at Apophis in late 2028. The main mission objective would be to make the impact risk assessments, determine its physical properties, determine its interior structure, map out its entire surface before and after the Earth flyby, And after all, if there's even a small chance that it could be nudged into a new trajectory that sees it collide with Earth in 2068, you know, that's a little long far away, then we better know what it's made of. Ooh. And exactly how best to deflect or disrupt it on a new trajectory. How can they even think that far? 2068. Will there be any humans left on Earth? It's also an unmissable opportunity for astronomers and planetary scientists to get a close-up view of a relic of the solar system. Look at that. This is DART. So this is NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test, DART, the world's first full-scale mission. See, they want to knock something out of the way. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made this right here. You saw the ship was sent inside the crater and it blew it up. Wow. That's great. I'm glad you all can have conversations in the comments since I'm not looking at them. That's perfect. It really is. Either way, Apophis 2029 will make an intriguing follow-up mission for the first ever planetary defense mission from NASA and the European Space Agency. It smashed a 500-kilogram spacecraft into a binary asteroid 65803 Didymos and its moonlit Dimorphos called Didymoon. Kind of reminds me of Digimon, and yeah. It's going to arrive at Didymos and Dimorphos this September during October and will crash into that about 15,000 miles per hour. When was this written? This is way back at when? It was way back in, can we get to the top of the article? What is the article written? 2022. Okay, this is the asteroid they call the Wormwood. 2022. So they're going to launch something. Let me try to get down to it. Okay, we're right here. They're launching something. They're launching their DART, Double Asteroid Redirection Test. They try to redirect it. So they're going to launch that into a binary asteroid, the Didymos. They launched in November of 2021, and they will arrive. Okay, you all. So they're going to arrive at Didymos this September. So that was 2022. Did they ever blow it up? Why am I thinking 2023? October it will crash. But did we hear about them blowing it up? What if they didn't? It will in turn alter the trajectory of Didymos, not because it's dangerous to Earth, but because it could be a skill that NASA has to use one day to nudge a huge PHA like Apophis. And that was the end of that, you all. So this is like the Wormwood thing right here. The Wormwood asteroid, 2029. It could destroy the satellites. Okay. Even if it doesn't get that close to Earth, it is capable of destroying the satellites? I guess it could. Did we go here? There it is right there. This is March of 2022. You know, they also changed the date of what did they change the date of? Let me try to think about it. It was the neutron star, and it was the KIC 9382227. That was supposed to happen last year because it would herald the coming of the Messiah when that asteroid came. When that, whatever that star, neutron star thing, KIC, let me see this. KIC 9382227. Jewish Messiah? What was the name of that thing? It was the the prophecy of something coming when they saw this thing in the sky. And I can't remember. It was the KIC something. And Rabbi Berger. KC Rabbi Berger star prophecy. Messiah. Oh, look at this right here. The second coming will occur in 2022, but it didn't come. It did not come. They already have, like David's tomb, they've already wrote a new whatever it is that they put in the tomb. They did the ceremony and everything. Look, the 2 stars. Well, fine. They claimed the birth of a new star in 2022, the prophecy predicting the arrival of the Messiah, Rabbi Yosef Berger of King David's tomb. But what happened is they had all these people gathered together. They had scientists, experts from all around the world. They did. And they all gathered, and there was so much write-up on this thing that was supposed to happen. And then do you know what happened? Hush, hush. Everything disappeared. Everybody was wrong. NASA comes out and says, well, no, this is what it is. This is when it's going to arrive. Then everybody was wrong. All the scientists, all the experts, everybody was wrong because of one thing. And they hushed everything. They did. I think it was supposed to be about May. Look at this. The 2 stars in a faraway galaxy were last week predicted to collide and merge and explode into a fantastic ruby red light show. How do we know that this did not already happen? We don't. We don't know if it didn't happen. All we know is that all these experts and scientists got together from all around the world. And they all couldn't be wrong. They could not have been wrong. But it's like NASA comes out and said, no, you did it wrong. And then they gave the date. I think they tried to throw people off the track. I really do. It's 983. I had the numbers backwards. 983-2227. They were studying it since 2013. How could they be so far off with this right here, Gina? So the Berger, Yosef Berger of King David's tomb on Mount Zion has now cited an ancient prophecy that claims the occasion is a precursor to the arrival of the Messiah. There's the number 12th century rabbi is proof it will come one day. He told that. Oh no, we got something into the abyss. Noah Survival Apocalyptic Club. All of this, you all. The 2 stars will appear in the constellation of Cygnus. I think we did that before too. Adding a star to the Northern Cross patron. Gina, how do we get on the Cygnus constellation of Cygnus? Well, it's quite easy. We just did. Just come over here, the constellation. And they were going to add another star to it. Look, what's this? A possible nova pops in Cygnus? But they just said the collision of the 2 stars will appear in the constellation of Cygnus, adding a star to the Northern Cross pattern. But the crash will be so violent the stargazers won't need a telescope to spot it across the UK, with the 2 stars burning 100,000 times brighter than normal. It's a 1 in a million chance that you can predict an explosion, and it's never been done before. It's going to be so bright. It's going to be so bright, and it will be, it's a 3-year research things. Okay. Now, let's see. When did this thing pop up? A new one? Is that what's this mean? A possible nova? Is a nova a star, you all? Possible nova. It sounds really windy outside. A fully discovered star of magnitude plus 10.9 has flared to life. This was in 2014 in the constellation of Cygnus the Swan. Kochi Nishiyama and Fujio Kabashima, both of Japan, made the discovery yesterday with their camera lens, and they quickly confirmed the photos with that it's getting brighter. Where is it at? Look at this. A white dwarf and a sun-like star and a stream of gas. Now, could this be that monstrous black hole? Because I think the invisible black hole, they first started mentioning it way back then, but they just like brought it back into light. To see the nova is to witness a cataclysm. All involve close binary stars with tiny, extremely dense white dwarf star steals gas from its companion and gets a 150,000 degree surface. Then an explosive fireball. An explosive fireball. Yeah. 7 to 16. The hydrogen alpha. I wonder, I have no idea how we even got to this. How did I even get over here on that? They discovered it in Cygnus, this constellation. Don't know, but it's there. It's there. Gina, you're supposed to be talking about this Wormwood. I know I am. Approaching Earth in 2029. Don't tell me I had this on myself this whole time and you all did not see anything, because if so, I feel really kind of embarrassed. You did, Gina. You had it on yourself the whole time. That's very embarrassing, you all. You didn't even get to see what I was even looking at. That is not nice. It isn't. Named after the Egyptian deity Apophis, the great serpent that represents chaos and darkness. This cosmic rock is currently 16.7 million kilometers away from Earth, and this is approximately 44 times the distance between Earth and the Moon. It is said to be headed Earth's way and will pass our planet in 8 years. Now you have to ask yourself, how did they get it all wrong? How did the scientists get it all wrong? How did they? And yet NASA all of a sudden gets it right. And everybody's data is thrown out the door. Throw your data out the door. I know you've been studying it for years and years and years and years. All your data is wrong. We got the data right here. Boom, this is what it's going to do, is shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and don't open your mouth no more about it. So they don't open their mouth anymore about it. It goes hush hush and nobody says nothing about it. They discovered an asteroid filled with enough gold to make every human rich. Well, what's that going to do? Nothing. So NASA portrayed the interaction between Earth and the asteroid will look like from a distance, and all the dots on the satellite is pink. Okay, it will obliterate the satellites. Let me see if I can be brave and come over and look at it. Let's see if we can. Not if it's okay. Well, there. It's going to obliterate. Well, that was fast. Okay, it's okay, there it is over there. It's yellow. It's coming up. They say it's going to miss. Do you believe it? The Wormwood. Oh, I don't know about that. Its closest Earth approach. But they don't know either. The dynamics could change. They could totally change. Totally. Now let's look at this. To continue reading this article, please click the link below. I don't want to read it. Look. Space shotgun could destroy asteroids before they hit the Earth. So we're talking about the wormwood, and you know it's supposed to turn the waters bitter. If you read about it, it's going to have, look, the star wormwood falls toward the Earth. This is an Old Believer illustration. So is the star wormwood called the ancient serpent, the devil who leads the whole world astray? Is it? And I saw Satan fall like lightning. Wormwood strikes the earth. The apocalypse occurs. The apocalypse occurs. The third angel blew his trumpet, and a great star fell from heaven, blazing like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and the springs of water, and the name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters became wormwood, which was bitter, and many died from the water because it was made bitter. So I did have this plant out in my landscape, wormwood, and that was the name of it. And I guess it has some medicinal purposes. Artemisia plant. Yeah. It's like this great star represents one of several important figures in a political ecclesiastical history. It could be any of these. Other documentaries reference a celestial being. The star called the Wormwood seems to denote a mighty prince, a power of the air, the instrument in its fall. In its fall, you all. Spiritual, you can see like this. There's all kinds of different types of, look. The Swedenborgian New Church follows a spiritual interpretation of the star Wormwood based on other passages of scriptures and mention gall and wormwood. The star signifies self-derived intelligence, which departs from God. Thus it falls from heaven. For the star to make the waters of the rivers and fountains bitter signifies to falsify spiritual truths. This is from a spiritual point of view. As waters signify truths derived from the Word, in general, the book of Revelation is seen as a prophecy of the corruption of the Christian churches in the end times, which is followed by a new church signified by the New Jerusalem. So, falsify the spiritual truths. The water, what's it say about the water that you saw is like many people? The water was many people. The water which you saw were many people. Let me see, Revelation. Revelation. I think that's what it was. Yeah, right here. So, 17:15. Then the angel said to me, the waters you saw where the prostitute sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and languages. So right there, water is referred to as people, multitudes, nations, and languages. Sounds like a kingdom. See how the waters are rising up from the north and becoming overflowing torrent. They'll overflow the land in its fullness, and the cities and the inhabitants and the people will cry out and who dwell in the land. So the waters are people. But we've got this wormwood. We got turbinol, so you know that's still polluting. All of it. Now, I'm hearing the thunder out there, you all. I'm hearing the thunder, and it's not the Wormwood thunder. But there has to be something to this stuff. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these. They confirm the key aspect of the Wormwood prophecy. Look like a snake. It does. Look at that. They would have nobody think about it. They don't want you to think about it. They don't. But if something like that's going to fall, I would hope that if you're left on the earth, you would be able to prepare for something like this. I really do hope we would. I mean, you can look into it more on your own, but it's prophesied to happen, and some said it could be the Apophis, and then it has various different interpretations. I guess time will tell. We've already got enough trouble on the earth. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Without speaking about the next day, you all, without doing that, you all. So this right here, I mean, it would. And who knows what's going to happen in the future? We don't. We gotta be strong on the inside. We really do. So I am going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And there's no telling what the earth would look like or what kind of shape it would be in, or humans on the earth when this thing arrives. There's no telling. It's wild. It's really wild. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Love you.